So next is here there's another example. This is for in over arrays. So what will say for syntax? Let's say the syntax only. Just remember the syntax. For the variable, any variable name called I or X, anything. Let X in array and the code. Here the array is numbers and the code is this. So it will run like it will give all the numbers printed order. Okay, now it's clear, I believe. Array dot for each. For each another method. For each method calls a function, a callback function. Once for each array element. Callback function defines as like calling back to a function. That you call callback function. Okay, so here you can see numbers that for each my function, and the my function says the text plus the value. Okay, let's see what it gives. It will print all the outputs. Okay, so what it first gives, declaring a function called my function. It gives a value, an index, an array, and next I say print as values in a normal format. And now I'm calling the function the number dot for each numbers. Try to utilize this function, and this function gives all the values, so it will print it all the values. Okay, next we go to loop for off. The JavaScript for off statement loops through the values of an iterable objects. It lets you loop over iterable data structures such as arrays, strings, maps, node list. We have new the array. This is array. This is strings. Maps will know further. Node list will know further and more on. Okay. So what is the syntax? The syntax is for whatever the variable let x of iterable. What is the iterable here? Iterable means an object that has iterable properties. Okay, so we move on to next and see the example. Here you can see this is an array called cards. This is same. Okay, but in other cases we are using in, but no, there is no in. There is of. Let x of and an array name cards. Okay, next we move on. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what I'm talking about, this is an array. So let x of cards and say text plus is equal to x. So what it will mean? It will mean that print those text and give a is like line order. It's just the same thing that we have printed. It will print all the values in a tabulate manner, or you can say in the first that will print, then a enter button, then a is a new line. Okay, you can see here this is the example. Okay, looping over a string is same. You are just letting a string value, then you are just giving it a value and it will print javascript. There you can say a break pattern is a break, is like a br, or sorry, break, no, br10 means the second line. So first it will print all the lines, all the characters, and is like giving it a new line javascript that way. Okay, next we go to two while is like while loops. Is it do loops, is it while loops and do while loops. Okay, so the while loop syntax to a block of code as long as specified condition is true. It should be the condition. It is a condition dependent loop. If I am saying this will happen, then this loop only run. This is a condition dependent loop. You should have the true condition to run the loop. In other cases, this was not the property. the code will run. If the condition is not true, it will run one time. But in case of while loops, the code will not start executing unless the condition is true. Okay, so here you can see example. While I less than 10, text plus equal to number is plus I plus plus. So what it will give? It will just print 1 to 10, 0 to 10, sorry, because I starts from 0. Here you can see the number is, and printing the I values, because it's starting with the loop I less than 10 and I is 0, so 0 less than 10. It starts the loop and it gives sorry, it iterates over, and is like, you can see the break statement. This is because it's creating a new line, and it's going on until the value is less than 10, that is number 9. Okay, comparing. Okay, we do the do loop, then we'll do while loop. Okay, so what did this do while loop means? First, do while loop is a variant of the while loop. The loop will execute code block once. Do will implement the whatever the code is, then it will check the condition, whatever the condition, and next it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then the code will execute. If it's false, it will not execute, but the code will run once because it's do loop. Okay, let's say example. Here you can see, you can do code block to be executed while condition. So I am saying do the operation called text plus equal to number is I plus plus, and next I am saying the condition is while I less than 10. So if I say, here that do sorry, okay, done. If I just go here and see, this is the condition. If I say I is 10, still it will run one time, the number is 10, because we are saying just print everything, the number is I, print the value of I, and then do the I plus plus. And I plus plus, doing after doing I plus plus, check that while I less than 10. If it's I not less than 10, then what can you do? You can't run it, but the program will run once. Okay, if we again do that 0, it will run 0 to 9. Okay, comparing for and while. If you read the previous chapter about the for loop, you'll discover that a while loop is much the same as a for loop, while statement 1 and 3 omitted. Okay, 1 and 3 is the main statement. There you can see while loop. There's just here it is a for condition and a float. Okay, but that was started with I is equal to 0, I less than 10, and I plus plus. I plus plus was there. Okay, you can see here, this is a for loop. This same. Okay, and this is same. Here you can see the for loop has only two things, two semicolons extra. All the things are same. Let I is equal to 0. We initialize the I value over and giving it a semicolon. Then cars I, we need to go to cars I. It's like I less than cars I, and I less than cars I, and then we are saying I plus plus. So it will print, but don't follow this order. This is confusing. Rather than if you use the while loop, it is more clear, and preferably we use only the for loops, that because this is the most better way of writing the code. But you can use different loops, up to you. It's up to you. You can choose any one. Okay, so you can say there's just not just even two semicolons are not there, and you can see the code will run. and it will give this output. Okay, BMW, Volvo, Ford. This is the output, and this is like the code. I is equal to 0, I text, while cards I text plus equal to cards I, and then I plus plus BMW, Volvo. In that way, like it will increase the value. Okay. Next you come, you can say I plus plus. If you have any doubt, you can say, because we are ending the loops topic. Uh, Here you can see the conclusion. If you want to use for loop, you can use two semicolons here and here, two semi here and here, two semicolons. If you use, the code will run as a for loop. You need to put here for. Okay, and if you don't, if you can do that with while loop. Okay, this is the basic difference. Okay, so we move on to next topic. That is, okay, the for loop is clear. For while, for in, for out, all the concepts. Okay, so this is the let text while cursor I, text plus equal to cursor I, and I plus plus, all the values will print. Okay. Next we go to the break statement. Uh, the breaking value is like break the values. What is the condition? You just break it. I'm giving it another time. There are two conditions. First, break which jumps out of the loop, and continue which stays in the loops and jumps over. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Just wait a minute. This is an array 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to find the value 2. So if I get the value 2, I want to break the loop, and I do not want to continue the loop. Okay, I'll go out of the loop. But this is the break statement. The code ends here. Okay, but in case of continue, if I use continue, the code after reaching 2 will continue to go to 3 and 4. The code will continuously run until the array ends. Okay, so this is the difference between break and continue. We use in different times depending our requirement. If we don't want to end the code and continue the code until we get more results, we'll use continue, and after getting all the results, I just need to break out of the loop, I'll use break. Okay, clear? Here you can see there is an example of using break. The code will break here when I is equal to 3. If the value of I is equal to 3, then the code will break. Okay, that you can see when the value is less than 3, is equal to 3, it breaks, so the 3 doesn't print here. Okay, the continuous is it breaks one iteration if specified condition and continues with the next iteration in the loop. As I said, it will print until 10. It will skip the 3 value. Preferably, I have not mentioned that whatever the condition is, if there is like 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, wait, just a minute. Okay, if you say this is the loop 1, this is the array, my target value is 2. So when I give the 2, if I use continue statement, if I get the 2, then I'll not print the 2 in the printing format. I'll print 1, 3, 4, 5 if the value of the array is 5. Okay, I just omit the value of the if condition or the condition that's saying and where continue applies. Okay, the format is 2 brackets continue and a semicolon and second bracket. Okay, I'm writing this again. There's no problem. Second bracket continue. Oh, sorry. Second bracket continue and semicolon. Okay, this is the format. It will just omit the value, whatever the condition is. It will just omit the value of the 3. If you say here I just want to switch it value. I want to make that. Let's keep 5. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is not here. Okay. You can see this is the value. Okay. So this is a for break and continue statements. Let's say JavaScript iterables. Iterables are iterable objects like arrays. Iterables can access with simple and efficient codes, and iterables can be iterated over with for, dot, off, and any loops. Okay, what it says. Iterables are iterable objects like arrays. You can't break the values. It's iterable. Okay. Iterables can be accessed with simple and efficient code, and iterables can be iterated over with for and like you can access the iterables with simple and efficient code, and you can iterate over for and off loops. Okay. The syntax is for variable of elements, code block to be executed, but a variable of iterables. Let's say let x of iterable and code block. Okay, so what I'm talking about. Okay, so for uh, just a minute. You can say for let x of variable for let x uh, let x of variable. Okay, so next we pin the code whatever you want and the code ends here. So this is the format we follow. Iterating is easy to understand. It simply means looping over a sequence of elements. Here are some easy examples like iterating over string and iterating over array. So iterating over string means constant name W3 schools. We just go up to that and print all the values W3 schools. If I just into break statement, if I don't use a break statement, it will print like in same line. Oh, sorry. It will print that in same line. If I just want to break it, I will just click next line. Not break it, sorry, it's like a new line. This is just a new line format. Okay, so it just saying is block element. Okay, oh, that was the format. Okay, sorry, let's just go with br and it will give all the values. Okay, so Iterating over array, same thing. It will print A, B, C. Iterating over a map. Okay, so iterating over a set, and also set it is like a new set. Set is here you can see this is a set, and there are three values present, A, B, C. This is a set, and you want to print all the values present in the set. You just need to give for const x because a constant, and of letters you can just say here all the values will be printed. Okay, and also there's also map. Mapping is something as an object. You can say there's a key and the values, and you can say key and values for x of fruits. It will print all the keys and values present here. Okay, you can say this is apple, first apple and fruits, so it just prints for const x of fruits. You can use any code here. Okay, code here for the format is the same. For maps the format is same, the whatever the name of the const fruits, say for const, use const x of uh, for const x of fruits. Okay, and it will print all the values present there. Okay, you just need to try it yourself. You can say this is the code here is a let text plus equal to x br, and it will say apples comma 500, bananas comma 300, oranges comma 200. Okay, so it will goes on apples 500 and bananas and oranges 200 and 300. So you can see the apple of value is 500, bananas 300, and oranges is 200. Okay, it prints on the next line. Okay, I don't think it's a big problem. The map is called, we'll study map later on. Map is like third bracket, then again a third bracket, and last finish with first bracket, then third bracket, then third bracket, then first bracket finishes. Okay, third bracket and first bracket finishes, and this is the same code. We are just repeating the code. Text plus is equal to x and br. Okay, start with let text is equal to nothing is null. Okay, so next you can see that I didn't. Is there any doubt? Okay, so this is the apples 500, bananas 300, and oranges 200. Okay, I believe it's clear. Next, JavaScript iterators is like the iterator protocol defines how to produce a sequence of values from an object. An object between an iterator when it implements a next method. The next method must return an object with two properties: the value, the next value, and done, true or false. So the value says the value returned by the iterator can be omitted if done is true, and done is a true if the operator is completed, false if the operator has produced a new value. Okay. Here you can say next function 9 my numbers return. This is a code and say next. We move on to next numbers, that first that is 10. We move on to the next number that is 20. We move on to or just running the code again, and 3 times you run, so you get the next last product is equal to 40. Okay, first that was 10, second it is 20, it is 30, and this is 40. Okay, if I just use n dot next again, so it will give 50. Okay, there is also called symbol dot iterator is a function that returns a next function. Here you can say this is a null object, and my number symbols of iterator, and here you can see it just printed all the values present there, and it just giving a symbol of iterator value n and done. If the value is n, is again equal to 100, done If the value is less than 100, it just print all the values and done true, done, and next continues the loop. Okay. These are not so important, but you can just use it anywhere you want. You can say again symbols. The symbol method is called automatically or for of it, and but you can do it manually also. And you can say while that condition is true, you can say const result, iterated on next, move on to a next code, and whatever the code is, just move on to the next code until it's 100. Okay. uh, okay, so we'll study sets, but before that revise all the topics I have studied. Now revise all those, and then we'll move on to sets. Do you guys any doubt? Okay. Okay, so revise all those topics. I'll just start after that. Okay. Okay, so we're starting sets. Sets is like we simply in mathematics say like dash is a single circle, 1 2 3, any elements present there. You can be, it can be anything you want to be present there. Okay, so how to create a set in JavaScript? As you know, if you visualize this code, this is a set where A, B, sorry, there is no comma here. Okay, A, B, C, three elements are present. Okay, so what can I do now? This is a set where elements present. We have studied arrays, objects, all. This is a set where elements are present. So first in this case you can say this is an empty set where no values are present. When I say let's dot add A, A will be added. B, then B will be added. C, then C will be added. Okay. So here you can say there is a create variable. These are variables. We are just creating any variable called const A and giving const A a value called A, const B equal to B, and const C a value C. Now we want to push all those values into a set. So we can do that. Add A, B, and C. It will be added. Okay, so this is the format of creating a set. This is very simple. Okay, so this is an let's say an example where you just creating in a set. It's called, this is a set, new set, and in the set we are just using a loop called for loop and printing all the values. It will print like A, B, C. Because there is no BR, it will print like A, B, C. If it's any BR tag is there, then it will be A, new line, B, new line, C. Okay, but now it will be A, B, C. Okay, so you can try it. This is opening. Okay, you can see A, B, C because there's a BR tag. If it's not present there, you can see it will say A, B, C. Okay, but I want to present there, so plus, just use plus, then a single inverted comma, BR, and close. Okay. Next, sets are objects. Type of returns objects. As we know, type of it returns object. Type of letters. You can say this is the letters. Is in the object form. it will return object. Instance of set returns true. Latest instance of set returns true. Okay, you can say here this is the code, and later instance of set returns that this is a set. If it's a set, returns true. Okay, returns true. Okay. Next we call set methods. There are various set methods like add. We have given add. Next we have talked about add. You guys cleared add method, just adding the values in the sets. Okay. Next there is a method called listing all the elements, is like they are listed in a set and all the values will be printed. We have gone through it. You can just check it. Next we have done the hash method. That is an important method. Okay, the hash method returns true if a specified value exists in a set. If there is any specified value exists, we'll print it. Okay, here you can say later dot hash d. What it will be? It is the answer is false because you can see d is not present here. Okay, in the set is d is not present there. If I just want to click d and a, it will say return true. Or if I do here d and then later hash d, then it will return true. Okay, so this is the format. Yes, well, actually what you guys are studying, these are very high level of JavaScript. Okay, so what those all we have studied till here to here, these are very basics and important concept point of view from a language. I don't say that hash method or any method you're using it will definitely use in JavaScript web dev. You may or you may not use. It's up to you. But you know this language when you are going to an interview. You should be prepare yourself that you know that language. So that's why we are gone to those deep. The actual thing you will done that the DOM manipulation. Okay, you will do all the things with DOM manipulation and the normal for loop, each loop, for if for sorry, for each loop, not only you can say for do while loop and in if else statement. You don't need too much concepts. And next map is important, but actual thing is you learn basics. In next class actually we can do a project so that you guys understand the topic. Okay, we'll next class we'll do a project. It's an interesting project where we'll introduce like practice a lot of JS concepts, and that will be a full HTML, CSS and JavaScript, not only JavaScript. Okay, there's nothing too much, just these modules are left. Next we go to this objects and functions more, and classes asyncs. Maybe if not now, we'll move on to later. Okay, um let's see how many days it takes. It's like it's 1 month kind of. We've started the course. We have learned is like JS almost 50%, not almost. We'll know more 50%, and then we'll move on to React and then the other things. Okay, and in the next class we'll do a project. Okay, no problem. I know like it feels boring to do all this like concept part. Okay, it's like a for each method. You understand those? Is like if you just add d, it will just give true. If I add here d, it will give true. Okay, so this is the method. Next we move on to the another topics. uh, the hash method. Okay, everything is clear, I can see, I believe. It's like know the, it's like remember the syntax. This answer letters is the object dot hash method hash and find d. Okay, and get an event by id demo dot inner html. The answer is answer plus answer. The answer is whatever the answer is true. Okay, Next, we move on to next topic. The for each method. For each method invokes a function for each set element, constant and new set, let text, and the same thing. Okay, it just going to each and every method. New set is just calling each and every function value. You can use anything. It's like you consider the function value, and for each character, it will print A, B, C in a BR format. Okay. Now I believe it's clear. It is the same thing that we have studied. The values method also letters the values whatever you want to print. Just remember the syntax is that my iterator constant whatever the name is, and say the letters and values and print the values. Okay. Keys method also letters just keys. You know that keys and values in object is like keys and values. Okay, so it will print key, it will print values. It is the same thing that you have studied. Here is A, B, C. A, B, sorry. A, B, C will print. Okay. You can say try it yourself. It's like adding a BR text, so A, B, C. Okay. This is another example where you can see the const my iterator the letter.keys is used in the for loop of letters.keys. Okay. The entries method. The entries method returns an iterator with value pairs from a set. Note: the entries method is supposed to return a key value pair from an object. A set has no keys, so the entries method returns value comma value. Okay, same goes to the keys. It just returns the values. So has no keys, so keys returns the values. You can use the keys and values anything. Okay, because there's no key, you can return it's only return the values. Okay, entries same here. Okay, you can say this example letter.entries. Just remember the format and letter.entries. You can say A B C because it's entries, so it will entry plus, so it will print double entries because it will print the values twice because there is a value comma value. Previously it is key and value, key comma value for objects, but in case of entries it's the value comma value, so it just printed all the values twice. Okay. Another example, you can see ABC. You can say letter.int is here, and everything will be print. Okay. So okay, so next, so that is clear. This is just printed twice because it's entries and entries space values twice. There's no key, so values will be printed twice. Okay. Next, we go to the maps. How to create a map? Passing an array to new map and create a map using map.set. Okay. You can pass an array in new map. Also, you can create a map called map.set. So now we are first using the new map method. Where this is an array called constant fruits, and we are seeing new map apples in the first bracket, then third bracket, then again the third bracket, and say apples in double inverted comma and a comma 500, and then a double inverted comma bananas comma 300, oranges comma 200. Okay, the set method again fruit.set, same thing. Here this is a new map method because new map is here, and there is also a new map, but we have studied the sets, so you can just put in the values in the map using fruits.set. Okay, this kind of addition but you can add these values, so we are using set to add those values. We just can't say fruits dot add and add those object as in a map, so that's why you use fruits dot set. Okay, here you can see this is the map. If I say map, and we are just adding apples 500, first that was empty, then bananas 300, then again oranges 200. Okay, so that was the thing. Okay, so next, get method also just returns the whatever the value present in map. If it's apple 500, get just makes it whatever the value it presents, just fetches the data. You can say returns 500. If you want to see here, you can say try it yourself and run, and result fruit.apples, fruit.getApples. It gives just 500. Okay, fruit.getApples 500. Maps are objects. Type of returns object, as you know, and instance of returns the map is true or not. If it's a fruits instance of, we need to check this is a map or not. Instance of check, this is the map. And type of check, this is an object or not. If you just say what is the type of the fruits, get object, and what is the instance of, is it the instance of map, so it is a map. Okay, true. You can just use it for checking that is a map or not. Okay, apples, bananas, and oranges map. In this format is the map. This is just like constant fruits. So we are just taking the fruits name and instance of, you are saying it's map. Okay. JavaScript object versus map. Difference between JavaScript objects. You can just put in a non-direct returable, direct returable. Do not have a size property. Have a size property. Key must be string. Keys can be data type. Keys are not well ordered. Keys are ordered by insertion. Have default keys. Do not the default keys. Okay. Next we come to maps or methods. We have studied the map.get, map.set. Okay, the various methods we have studied. Map, this is a map. We know how to fetch the data. If you want to fetch the apple, it's a map.get. Map.set as the data. Map.size gives you the how many elements in the map is present. You can say this is 3. If I just give it comma and add anything called apples are there, bananas, oranges, uh, no, not cucumber, guavas. So I want 400 guavas. You can say this will give property 4. Okay, you just need to give a comma. Just remember that. And now the size of the map is 4. Okay, now it's 3 again. And again, if I run this guavas and a comma and giving out a value of 400, third bracket, comma, it will give 4. Okay. Maps are delete. If you want to delete apple, so it will give them, now the size is 2. Okay. Clear all the objects. If we say that now the size is 0. Okay. We say this is 0. Map.hash. has that apple is present there. True. Okay. Now we are saying the delete apples. First you have deleted the apples. Is there fruits or delete apples? And now I am saying, is apples present there? It's like no. Say false. Okay. Map.for each, it is for each maps. It will print. You can say maps as a key and a value. If you say this is a key and this is a value, so if you say done for function value comma key, this is the format. The functions dot for each function value comma key text plus is equal to key plus is equal to value plus key is like apples is like is equal to and the value is 500. Okay, so apples 500. Clear? So this is the format. If I say again fruits dot for each function calls the value and a key. Next we go to first we go to keys apples is equal to values whatever the values is. Okay, apples, bananas, oranges. And get element by id, we just need to give the text element. Okay, map dot entries, whatever the entries is. As you know, entries just gives keys comma values, so it will just give fruits dot entries text plus is equal to x comma br. It just gives fruits comma values. The apples comma 500, bananas comma 300, oranges comma 200. Okay, maps dot keys again also give the same output, because no, not the same output, it just prints the keys, and values just print the values 500, 300, 200. Okay, okay. Object as keys, you can see this const apple, name apples, bananas, name oranges. Then these are all objects. And const for new map, I just want to create a new map is created. Now I want to let's say fruits dot set apples, just add apples, bananas and oranges with their values. This is the keys, this is the values. So now if I get for fruits dot get, what is the value of apples? This is 500. Okay, clear? Also remember that the key is an object apple, because this is an object created apple, not a string apples. The object apple, not a string apples. If you just use apples here, fruits dot get apples, it will not define anything, because apples in object format is present, not a string format. Okay. Map group by, you can say it is a call by function example. This is an object. The function will call my callback is that callback is what it just calling the function is like in reverse. Okay, it just calls whatever the construct is. Okay, so that is called the functions. Let's say it calls the function quantity, and if return to greater than 200, then okay, or else low. This is a ternary operator. Okay, so these foods are okay. What are the foods are okay? Which has 200 greater than apples and bananas. That foods are low, which are oranges and kiwi. You didn't see this code. Is that this is the result? Map dot group by, group all those elements, the fruits comma my callback, and this is my callback is using this function. because there is a function element where is 200 is greater than 200 is okay and less than 200 is low. So we are just using this value. Now and display result, let text this result okay, comma br for let x of result dot get okay type is a text. It's just creating any then running a loop. Again you can see let x of the result of dot get okay. If it this value get okay, then we return x dot name, what is the whatever the name is, apple is a this food's name, plus x dot name, you can say this is the name apple, back is a sorry, x dot name apple, and gap is like a space, and x dot quantity, what is the quantity of this, 300, and plus b a new line. Okay, and for x dot x of result dot get low, which is the value is low, it just print x dot name, what is the name of oranges, and space, and the x dot quantity is like 200, and next line same for QE space quantity 150, and and a new line. Okay, so this is the code here. You can say again, I am explaining, this is this is the object present there, object, this is a callback function which will run throughout the code. It prints greater than 200, okay, is less than 200, low. Okay, now I create a map group by, and I am saying group by will use fruits and a callback function. Group by will use fruits and a callback function. Okay, so now if the result is called dot get, we are using getting okay, then it will print all those values, x dot name, the name of the key, x dot name, space, like a space, I'm just writing it again, plus is equal to space plus x dot what is the quantity. Okay, it will print all the values. Okay, now I believe it's clear. Okay, so now it's clear, I believe. Here you can see these foods are okay, what if the foods are okay, greater than 200, and this is like print all the values. You just remember this is the object, this is the object, this is the callback function, and this is the map function that we are using. Okay, these are the maps, two maps, map name group by. Okay, and you can say we are just using the text. Okay, so I think it's clear now. Do you guys any doubt? This is the object, this is the callback function that will call. Next, this is the map function, this is the object, what's happening, this is the object, this is the callback, this is the map, and it's like print whatever the value is. Okay, it will print like this, and it will give the all the element. So the fruits are apple 300, bananas 500. These fruits are orange, just kiwi. Okay, all clear now? I believe it's clear now. If it's not, you can say. This all is a group by method. One map, sorry, not two map. I have said that two map, not two map, only one map. And this is the object present. If there is a br tag, so there's a gap. Okay, so any doubt here? So this is the object, this is the callback function, this is the map we created, this is the like output I'm just gonna print, display, and this is the result. Okay, this is the result, apple 300, bananas 500, oranges 200, kiwi 150. Okay, so now I believe it's clear. This is the important code because this is the all things you have implemented. This is a ternary operator, and this is the display function. Okay. Uh, okay. Next, we can move on to next topics. I believe this is the output, and this is the. If we just need to segregate the data, just like then you can use that. Okay. This is the output value. Next, we can just go to next topic. I think it's clear. Okay, I'm just going to next topic. One topic is there that is like you can say uh, objects.group by and map.group by is same or not. I can say object dot group by. The difference between object dot group by and map dot group by is object dot group by groups elements with JavaScript object, map dot group by groups element with a map object. Okay. Next is a type of. Is a giving is a type, whatever type is string, number, boolean, begin, symbol, null, undefined, whatever that is undefined x symbol. Begin is kind of this is begin 1 2 3 4 n. Okay, these are the data types we have studied. This objects, arrays, sets, and maps. Remember all together is like whatever the values. You don't need to remember. There's a lot. You just need to know what is the undefined, what's the null. Okay, type conversion. Okay, so we'll start with type conversion from the next class. Uh, we have studied the type, and this is up to this class. Next class, we'll move on to the next topic called other topics left. Next class, we'll do a project so that you guys get more introduction and try to join the class in live so that we can get more interaction. Okay. These are the very basic concepts. As your foundation level is strong, then you can move on to the projects so that you will understand more. In React, we only do projects. Will